In the name of Allah, the Gracious, the Merciful. Kaf-ha-ya answered, This is an account of the mercy of thy Lord shown to his servant Zachariah. When he called upon his Lord in a low voice, he said, My Lord, my bones have indeed become feeble, and my head is all aflame with hoariness, but never, my Lord, have I been unblessed in my prayer to thee. And I fear my relations after me, and my wife is barren. So grant me from thyself a successor, to be my heir, and the heir of the blessings of the house of Jacob, and make him, my Lord, well pleasing to thee. God said, O Zachariah, we give thee glad tidings of a son whose name shall be Yahya. We have not called anyone before him by that name. He said, My Lord, how shall I have a son when my wife is barren, and I have reached the extreme limit of old age? The angel bearing the revelation said, So it shall be. But thy Lord says, It is easy for me, and indeed I created thee before, when thou wast nothing. Zachariah said, My Lord, appoint for me a commandment. God said, The commandment for thee is that thou shalt not speak to the people for 3 successive days and nights. Then he came forth unto his people from the chamber, and asked them in a low voice, Be glorifying God morning and evening. God said, O Yahya, hold fast the book. And we gave him wisdom while yet a child, and tenderness of heart from us, and purity, and he was pious, and dutiful towards his parents, and he was not haughty and rebellious. And peace was on him the day he was born, and the day he died, and peace will be on him the day he will be raised up to life again. And relate the story of Mary, as mentioned in the book, when she withdrew from her people to an eastern place, and screened herself off from them. Then we sent our angel to her, and he appeared to her in the form of a well-proportioned man. She said, I seek refuge with the gracious God from thee, if indeed thou dost fear him. The angel said, I am only a messenger of thy Lord, that I may give thee glad tidings of a righteous son. She said, How can I have a son when no man has touched me, neither have I been unchaste? The angel said, Thus it shall be, but says thy Lord, It is easy for me, and we shall do so, that we may make him a sign unto men, and a mercy from us, and it is a thing decreed. So she conceived him, and withdrew with him to a remote place. And the pains of childbirth drew her unto the trunk of a palm tree. She said, O would that I had died before this, and had become a thing quite forgotten. Then the angel called her from beneath her, saying, Grieve not, thy Lord has placed a rivulet before thee. And shake towards thyself the trunk of the palm tree, it will drop upon thee fresh ripe dates. So eat and drink, and cool thine eye, and if thou seest any man say, I have vowed a fast to thy gracious God, I will therefore not speak this day to any human being. Then she brought him to her people mounted. They said, O Mary, surely thou hast committed a monstrous thing. O sister of Aaron, thy father was not a wicked man, nor was thy mother an unchaste woman. Thereupon she pointed to him. They said, How can we talk to one who is a child in the cradle? Jesus said, I am a servant of Allah. He has given me the book, and has made me a prophet. And he has made me blessed wheresoever I may be, has enjoined upon me prayer and almsgiving so long as I live. And he has made me dutiful towards my mother, and has not made me arrogant and graceless. And peace was on me the day I was born, and peace will be on me the day I shall die, and the day I shall be raised up to life again. That was Jesus, son of Mary. This is a statement of truth concerning which they entertain doubt. It does not befit the majesty of Allah to take unto himself a son. Holy is he. When he decrees a thing, he says to it, be, and it comes into being. Said Jesus, surely Allah is my Lord and your Lord, so worship him alone. This is the right path. But the parties differed among themselves, so woe to those who disbelieve because of the meeting of a grievous day. How well they will hear and see on the day when they will come to us, but today the wrongdoers are in manifest error. And warn them of the day of sorrow when the matter will be decided, but now they are in a state of heedlessness, so they do not believe. It is we who shall inherit the earth and all who are thereon, and to us will they all be returned. And relate the story of Abraham as mentioned in the book. He was a truthful man and a prophet. When he said to his father, O my father, why dost thou worship that which neither hears nor sees, nor can avail thee aught? O my father, there has indeed come to me knowledge such as has not come to thee. So follow me. I will guide thee to a straight path. O my father, worship not Satan. Surely Satan is a rebel against the gracious God. O my father, indeed I fear lest a punishment from the gracious God seize thee, and thou become a friend of Satan. He replied, Dost thou turn away from my gods, O Abraham? If thou desist not, I shall surely cut off all relations with thee. Now leave me alone for a while. Abraham said, Peace be upon thee, peace be upon thee. I will ask forgiveness of my Lord for thee. He is indeed gracious to me. And I shall keep away from you, and from that which you call upon beside Allah. And I will pray unto my Lord. Maybe that in praying to my Lord I shall not be disappointed. So when he had separated himself from them, and from that which they worship beside Allah, we bestowed upon him Isaac and Jacob, and each of them we made a prophet. And we granted them abundantly of our mercy, and we bestowed upon them true and lasting renown. And relate the story of Moses as mentioned in the book. He was indeed a chosen one, and he was a prophet, a messenger, a prophet. And we called him from the right side of the mount, and we made him draw near to us for special communion. And we bestowed upon him out of our mercy his brother Aaron, whom we made a prophet. And relate the story of Ishmael, as mentioned in the book. He was indeed true to his promise, and he was a messenger, a prophet, and he used to enjoin prayer and almsgiving on his people, and he was well pleasing to his Lord. And relate the story of Idris, as mentioned in the book. He was a truthful man and a prophet, and we exalted him to a lofty station. These are the people upon whom Allah bestowed his blessings from among the prophets, of the prosperity of Adam, and of the prosperity of those whom we carried in the ark with Noah, and of the prosperity of Abraham and Israel, and they are of those whom we guided and chose. When the signs of the gracious God were recited unto them, they fell down, prostrating themselves before Allah and weeping. Then there came after them an evil generation, who neglected prayer, and followed their evil desires, so they will meet destruction, except those who repent and believe and do good deeds. These will enter heaven, and they will not be wronged in the least. Gardens of eternity, which the gracious God has promised his servants, while they are yet hidden from their sight. Surely his promise must come to pass. They will not hear therein anything vain, but only the greetings of peace. They will have their sustenance therein morning and evening. Such is the heaven which we shall give for an inheritance to those of our servants who are righteous. And the angels will say to them, We do not come down, save by the command of thy Lord. To him belongs all that is before us, and all that is behind us, and all that is between, and thy Lord is not forgetful. He is the Lord of the heavens and the earth, and all that is between the two. Serve him, therefore, and be steadfast in his service. Dost thou know anyone equal to him? And says man, What, when I am dead, shall I be brought forth alive? Does not man remember that we created him before, when he was nothing? And by thy Lord we shall assuredly gather them together, and the Satans too, and then shall we bring them on their knees around hell. Then shall we certainly pick out from every group those of them who were most stubborn in rebellion against the gracious God. And surely we know best those deserving to be burnt therein, and there is not one of you but will come to it. This is an absolute decree of thy Lord. And we shall save the righteous, and shall leave the wrongdoers therein on their knees. And when our manifest signs are recited unto them, the disbelievers say to the believers, Tell us, which of the two parties is better in respect of position, and more impressive in respect of companions? And how many a generation have we destroyed before them, who were better off than these in wealth, and better in outward show? Say, the gracious God grants those who are in error respite for a time, until they will see that with which they are threatened. Whether it be punishment or the final hour, they will realize who is worse in respect of position and weaker in forces. And Allah increases in guidance those who follow guidance, and the good works that endure are best in the sight of thy Lord, in respect of reward, and in respect of the ultimate end. Hast thou not seen him who disbelieves in our signs and says, I shall certainly be given great wealth and children? Has he got knowledge of the unseen, or has he taken a promise from the gracious God? Indeed not. We shall not down what he says, and shall prolong for him the punishment. And we shall inherit from him all that he talks of, and he shall come to us all alone. And they have taken other gods than Allah, that they may be a source of honor and power for them. Not at all. They will deny their worship, and will be their opponents. Seest thou not that we send Satans against the disbelievers, inciting them to act of disobedience? So be not thou in haste against them. We are keeping full account of their doings. Remember the day when we shall gather the righteous before the gracious God as honored guests. And we shall drive the guilty to hell like a herd of thirsty camels. None will have the power of intercession save he who has received a promise from the gracious God. And they say, the gracious God has taken unto himself a son. Assuredly you have indeed uttered a most hideous thing. The heavens might well nigh burst thereat, and the earth cleave asunder, and the mountains fall down in pieces, because they ascribe a son to the gracious God. It becomes not the gracious God that he should take unto himself a son. There is none in the heavens and the earth, but he shall come to the gracious God as a bondman. Verily, he comprehends them by his knowledge, and has numbered them all fully. And each of them shall come to him on the day of resurrection, all alone. Those who believe and do good deeds, the gracious God will create deep love for them. So we have made the Qur'an easy in thy tongue, that thou mayest give thereby glad tidings to the righteous, and warn by there a contentious people. And how many a generation have we destroyed before them? Canst thou perceive a single one of them, or hear even a whisper of them? That was chapter 19 of the Holy Qur'an, Surah Maryam.